Hello friends, it's Mr. Mark here to do some kid writing. Everyone can write, everyone can learn to be a writer. Today we're going to use the room around us to help us to spell words in our sentences. The first thing a writer does is think about what he or she wants to write about. What are you going to write about today? Well, I'm interested in writing about, I think I'll write about my mom. I wrote about her before. And I'm going to write that my mom is baking biscuits. My mom is baking biscuits. That's what I'm going to write about. So I'm going to do my picture plan very quickly here. I'm going to do my picture plan above the line. So let's do a stick figure of my mom here. Here's her eyes, her mouth, her nose. I'll give her some silver hair here. And maybe she's standing kind of next to the stove. And here's the oven down there. And over here are going to be her plate of biscuits on there. Got a whole plate of biscuits that she's baking. My mom is baking biscuits. And that's what I'm going to write down below here. That's my sentence for the day. My mom is baking biscuits. My mom is baking biscuits. Well, the very first word that I hear is my, and I know that it begins with the M for the sound, the letter M. But if I look around in my room, I notice right back here over my shoulder, right over here, is the word my. This is the pie of my. It's the pie of my. And right there in my room, I see the pie of my, and I see the word M-Y. So I can use that to spell my very first word, my. It's M-Y, from the pie of my. And it's right here in my room. My mom. The next sound is That's the letter M. My mom is. And the next word, I'll put a magic line there for right now. My mom is. Well, I also know that in my room is the Wiz of IS. He's right here. Here's the guy. He's a Wiz, and he stands for is. I-S. I-S. The Wiz of IS. So I can use the Wiz of IS to spell my next word. My mom is baking. B for bear. Yes, B for bear. B for baking. There's my B. My mom is baking biscuits. I hear that again. So I'm going to write another B there for biscuits. And my period goes at the end. My mom is baking biscuits. My mom is baking biscuits. And then later on, an adult can come by and do my adult writing. Well, I got my correct because it's right here from the pie of my. I used the room to spell my first word. My, M-Y. Mom, M-O-M. My mom is. Oh, I used the Wiz of IS right there, I-S, to spell is. My mom is baking. Baking. Ooh, and there's a nice long word here at the end. Biscuits. And a period at the end. And I can go back and read this. My mom is baking biscuits. And that is my kid writing for today. I use the room, the pie of my, and the Wiz of IS, I-S for is, M-Y for my, the pie of my, and the Wiz of IS to help me to write my sentence in kid writing today. What are you going to write about today, friends? What will be your kid writing? Thanks for writing.